Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, we got a show for you guys that we definitely want you guys to stick around for, so please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, I know I've been away for quite some time. We actually posted on the channel that I was going to be away for some days, but we're finally back here today, and I got a lot that I want to talk about. Now, right before we took that quick break for something that we had to attend to, I actually decided that it was important that we talk about what Jay Williams had to say about the Skip Bayless, tweets that he had to put up on Twitter. We all know what he talked about. Spoke about how the NFL, how they're going to be able to recover such a game at this point in the season, given how important it was. And then at the very end of his tweet, he said, and all that now seems absolutely irrelevant. Everyone came out, or a lot of people came out, and basically tried to scold Skip for those statements and basically said it was wrong-headed and it was definitely the wrong place at the wrong time. He should not have said it. Some people out there decided to turn into English professors and basically started lecturing people about basic comprehension of the English language, basically saying people can't read when people were able to comprehend exactly what Skip said in his tweet, where he gave two separate ideas, right? That's the reason people came for him. Wasn't something complicated whatsoever. Then, if you also remember, I also said that one of the reasons Shannon didn't show up on Monday, I speculated, was that probably he needed some time to himself to mull over the situation, and that I also said the reason that Skip came out and started going on that apology tour when he came out on television the following day, talking about he's always been a fan of LeBron James, he's not a hater of LeBron James, where you saw him being so somber, was specifically because his bosses got to him and said what he did, and basically said what he said was absolutely wrong, and he needed to go out there and change his tone and his tune. That is exactly what happened. Now, on the day that I actually had to go away from work, Shannon Sharpe actually came back that day. And what happened? The moment he came on the show, on the first segment of the show, Shannon Sharpe proceeded to basically explain why he went away. And of course, Skip decided to basically cut him off. So what we want to do is we want to quickly play that exchange for you guys here, just as a quick refresher. Then we'll come back and react to it. Take a listen to that there.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture or innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead. Let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up.
No, I was just going to say, Skip. I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanations. So clearly, somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Thoughts and prayers remain with Damar Hamlin.
That's where the focus should have been, and not on the football game. Yes, let's go, Jen. Thank you.
So you heard the exchange there. Now, there are a few things I want you guys to pay close attention to. If you listen very carefully, Shannon Sharpe said he disagreed with Skip's tweet, like a lot of people did. He said he wished he would take it down, like a lot of people did. Skip then said, I'm not coming off my position. I'm standing on it. There's something that I think is important that we bring to the fore right now. By Skip saying that he stands by what he says, and for someone to say, I stand by my position and I stand on it, when you're clearly in the wrong, does not show strength. It shows a flagrant commitment to, number one, being stubborn, and number two, bruising your own ego. Because God forbid You are wrong, and you have to say, I'm sorry. Skip don't care. Skip does not care. And I think Shannon has finally come to the point where he realizes the type of person that he's dealing with. Shannon understood a few weeks prior when Skip basically told him to put his glasses back on and told him you were never the player that Tom Brady was. And Shannon Sharpe was stunned by Skip saying that, because basically he was saying, Skip, you're going to take a personal shot at me because we have a disagreement over Tom Brady? Skip basically said, I don't give a damn about you. Skip respects nobody. It's the reason why he can go on television and tell the entire world that he puts his work before his wife. Who in their right mind, what husband would do something, what normal husband would do something like that, except you don't have any regard and any respect for your wife? So when I was away and I saw this exchange that we just played here, I was actually salivating at the opportunity to actually react to it. And it turns out, reading through some of the comments that we got over this quick break, a lot of people were saying, hey, man, we need to hear your thoughts on this. Listen, I think that Shannon Sharpe has had his final straw with Skip Bayless. I don't think the friendship is real anymore. I think that these guys are just being cordial and professional with one another when they're on television. I don't think it's real. I don't know if this partnership is going to continue, but I can tell you what, on the day that Shannon Sharpe wasn't on the show, it was very, very stale. Very, very stale. I think Shannon Sharpe is talented enough to actually have his own show and perform a role like a Stephen A. Smith with ESPN First. He is that talented. He is that charismatic. I believe that Shannon Sharpe has the work ethic to put in the work to learn other sports and learn that, that side of the, a sports commentary, to actually be the conductor of the show. I believe he can pick all of those things up. He's been in the industry long enough. He's not like somebody, from the outside looking in. But I can see that this relationship seems to be coming to a close, right? Because Skip seems to respect no one. He can never say, I'm sorry. Never say I'm sorry. And I don't agree with anyone that supports the position that Skip Bayless took. I don't agree with you. I do not agree with you. It's the wrong thing to say. That was not the right time to even if you were thinking that, it's not the right moment. And if you can't get that, then you can't get a lot of things. You can't get a lot of things. So to me, I wasn't surprised. That's Skip Bayless for you. But it seems like Shannon is finally reaching his breaking point with Skip, and he's finally realizing that, listen, I don't have to afford this guy the level of decorum and professionalism that I thought I needed to, given how this is how this guy's going to be behaving on television. I have no real words for Skip, right? And I watched that show, and I think a lot of us are watching that show from this, from this point forward, and I think a lot of us can kind of see through it that, in fact, it is 100% an act, right? It's 100% an act, but some people still find Skip Bayless very entertaining. I don't, right? I don't. I think that your character speaks more about you than any level of entertainment that you're able to give people. But that's just me. So for the people that were wondering what I thought about this particular spat that these guys had, this is exactly what I think. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about the analysis we just laid bare? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you on the next show. Peace.